Welcome. Happy New Year, everybody. Good to see you. Y'all look fabulous. Welcome, welcome. Brayden, what's up, brother? Judy, John, Sharon. All right, everybody. Welcome. Turn on your camera. Good to see you, Nelson. All right. We got some good people tonight. John, Mr. Spencer. Fantastic, fantastic. It's gonna be a fun night tonight. So welcome to the wonderful, wonderful new year and our amazing time together. Good to have you guys. Put down the chat where you guys coming from and what's your big why? What's your dream? What's your goal? And also what your big challenges? What's your biggest challenge to get to from where you are to where you want to go? So this is the real Dr. Chau. It's not Dr. Chau AI. And I'm excited to introduce some of my students that are on the call here tonight with you guys. So you guys learn firsthand from our people here. Awesome. All right, Trudy, Los Angeles. Yes. Pop down the chat, guys. What's you guys dream? What's your goals? What do you guys want to do? Come on, don't be shy. And turn on your camera. Okay? You have to turn on your camera. The more we can see each other, the more we can learn about each other, the better we're gonna do in life, right? The more we can collaborate, not compete. I believe in collaboration. I believe in abundance, not scarcity. So, it's hard to do business with people if we don't know or see them. Okay. That's why I turn on your camera. Okay. All right, Spencer, what's your big why, guys? Put down the chat. What's your dream? Why are you here? Awesome, awesome. Welcome, Ty, Christine. I'm also going live on all the other platforms as well. So fantastic. All right, Stacy, you're looking good. Sabrina, okay. Thank you for turning on camera. Looking good. Carlos, what's up, my man? I see you. All right. Yes, Judy. Have African American heal from post-traumatic slave syndrome. Oh, I like that. That's a big word right there. B&B is the financial vehicle I'm using. Thank you for that. Amen. Fantastic. Yes, financial freedom option to live life and help others. That's right. It's all about your choices, your option, right? The more freedom we have, the more options we have, the more choices we have, the more we can help other people. It's not just about us, right? That's why we're here, okay? Without financial freedom, do we really have freedom, right? Not really, okay? So corporate America is like, I see it. I see it while we were in there. Anybody saw it? It's like the modern slavery, okay? It is what it is. I'm gonna call it out, okay? So it's about time for us to unplug from it, unplug from the matrix. When I was retired when I was 33, when I unplugged from it, I was like, whoa, I feel like I'm Neo, man. I'm like, whoa. Right. The Matrix is a documentary, guy. It's not a science fiction, it's a documentary, okay? And once you realize how powerful you are from within and whose you are, you'll be like, there's nothing that can stop you, okay? Literally nothing can stop you. If an immigrant boy like me with no English, no connection, grew up in the ghetto, South Carolina, sleep on a mattress, literally, with mom and dad, all sharing one bed, can make it to Tony Robbins' home, play chess with Sir Richard Branson, travel the world with literally Tony Robbins and his top elite, only 1,000 of us in worldwide, or party with Grant Cardone on his yacht, right? And win an award with Russell Brunson, who's also a billionaire at 40. Not shoot. If I can do that, guys, come on. What are you guys? If you know English, you were further ahead than I was, okay? All right. So, but it's not about me, it's about you tonight. I just want to say that to inspire you, also to show you the community that we have here. And that's what it's all about because we have helped so many people during the past literally decade to help get them financial freedom. That's why we are the leading company for corporate housing and insurance housing in America for helping people achieve financial freedom with this vehicle. And it is the best vehicle. And I'm gonna go through that why right here on a call with you today. Okay. Awesome. Any other challenges? Any people have challenges? Want to put in the chat. Open up. Okay. So we're gonna dive straight in here. And while you go through that, I will do everything in my power to make it worth your while. All I ask for is your undivided attention for this next, hour and a half or so. So that way it will change your life. That is what I can promise you. Is I will do everything in my power to make it worth your while. For the past 20 years, I have literally traveled around the world, invested over $1 million into myself, my mindset, and I want to compress that into this class as much as I can, so that way you learn everything I can for the past 20 years, over $1 million, and learn from 4 different billionaires mentor. I literally been to their homes, travel the world with them, even have their literal cell phone, right? So what I want to share with you is what I learned from them. Who want to know what I learned from them, right? So, and how we build this amazing community together. Okay, let's dive in here. Okay, so how I went from a trapped corporate slave pretty much to absolute freedom with corporate housing arbitrage and insurance housing without the need to own any real estate, even though I do own real estate, without the need to have any employees or real estate experience. You don't need any of that. Okay. So this is my better half, my beautiful, wonderful wife. We literally travel the world together. And even though we only been married for a couple years, we literally travel everywhere already. Like Europe, went to Costa Rica, uh, you know, all over the what do you call it? The Metro Central America. I love that area. And yeah, the Paris for the Olympics. So it's an incredible what you can accomplish. We literally how we like to travel now. We book a one-way ticket to a country, and how long we like it, that's how long we're gonna stay. Okay. So the last country was Costa Rica. We literally stayed there for 3 months. And whoever you are following or you are being mentored by, see if they can do that, right? If they couldn't do that, or if your vehicle that you are at, your job or wherever you are, couldn't allow you to just take off for 3 months and travel around the world or do whatever the heck you want to do, you might want to think twice, right? How many more special occasions you want to miss with your loved one? How many more broken promises you want to break again with your loved ones, with yourself, with your spouse, right? How much longer are you wanting to procrastinate on your dreams, your goals? How many more excuses you want to make until you finally realize that you are full responsible for where you are at in life? And once you accept that, like I did, I had to learn the hard way too. I was a little knucklehead, thinking I know it all, blame everybody else but myself. And once I come to realize that it's all because of me, everything in my life, I'm in the exact position where I am in life, all because of me. That's the first step. Accept responsibility. Okay. Without that, you can't change, right? If you blame everybody else but yourself, well, guess what? You're going to depend on everybody else to change except you, right? So I commend you for being here. Put pat yourself on the back for showing up. That's the first step, right? And I know it's not easy to be here. That's why I honor you for being here, because you could be doing a million things right now, but you chose to show up for you, your family, and your future. So, and your dreams, your goal, and I respect that so much. All right, I'll do everything in my power to make it worth your time. Stay to the end. I will give you the blueprint on how you can do this as well. And toward the end, I will open up so I can analyze your properties for you. Who in here want me to analyze your properties or your market for free for you? Okay. So it's based on your participation. The more you can participate, the more I can reward you, right? So the more I know that you're interactive, you engage. So that's why I want to chat to blow up, guys, and help other people. It's not just about you, right? It's not just about me. It's about everybody else. Anyway, let's go. I invest over $1 million into my mindset and my strategies, literally. I discovered the one vehicle that has helped me to get absolute financial freedom. And when I said absolute financial freedom, I'm not talking about just money freedom. I'm talking about time freedom. I'm talking about relationship freedom and location freedom. What do I mean by that? Most doctor and lawyer, they have money freedom. They can buy whatever they want to buy, but usually they don't have time freedom. Literally, it's like take off for 3 months, go hyenas to another country they want. That's time freedom, right? Relationship freedom, a lot of people, even business owner, they don't have. They got to be tied in a place, have hundreds of clients or hundreds of relationship or hundreds of services, vendors, customer, partners, investors, blah, 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 blah. The list go on, right? With this vehicle that I'm about to show you tonight, you literally don't have to talk to anybody you don't want to. Okay. You only need a couple of solid partners, and you just need a few clients, partners that we have connection with. And literally the corporate clients, they don't want to see you. They don't want to talk to you. They just wire you monthly income. Okay. And if there's something happen, then yeah, they call you or they call my manager and that's it. They fix it. There are some properties I haven't seen the inside of for years now that is producing me literally 2, 3 thousand a month passive income every single month. You do that 10 times, you're having literally multiple six-figure income, a quarter of a mil, half a mil easily. And I have duplicated that to so many of my students, who's some of them on a call tonight. So anyway, I learn from the right people and I refuse to give up, right? Whether it's playing poker with Grant Cardone on his yacht while he shout me out to his millions followers. And literally he have over 10,000 units. 10,000 units. I think you know a thing or two about real estate. Okay. He said that our strategy and what we have, he love it. So there you go. That's his words. Okay. Or literally travel the world with Tony Robbins top elite. There's literally the platinum partners, we call it. We literally travel the world together, and our motto is the world is our playground and love is our legacy. Right? I love that. Okay. And playing chess with Sir Richard Branson, who literally worth about $5 billion. And I'm sitting here right here on his own island that he owned worth hundreds of millions of dollars in his own home. Okay. What do you say to a guy like that? Like, it's just like speechless. Okay. So these are like, I wouldn't trade these experience for any kind of amount of money, right? Literally, it is a priceless experience. You hear me? You understand? Right? So I want you guys to experience that as well, if that's what you like. Hey, whatever it is you like, just be you. For our community, for example, these two students met within our community. They team up and they have two properties going in 2 months, literally, that pay, book out for 3 months and they get paid upfront, double the market rent. They get paid double the market rent upfront, guys. It doesn't get better than that. They replace the income within 2 months. Okay. Or Sunny here, how many here want to get insurance booking that pay 3 months upfront at a time? And they have 95% extension rate, like Sunny. That's what I'm talking about here. Or Anne and Amanda, who are stay-at-home mom and a working mom, who need a mom or dad, right? My hats go out to moms, especially. They literally have like 3 full-time job, right? Managing the kids, managing the job, managing the husband, right? So I don't know how they do it, but hey, it's incredible. Okay. And these two moms came to me like, how am I going to do this? And I said, just do it. It's just going to take a few hours a week. That's it. Okay. They made the investment into themselves. They did the work. Boom. And within her first month, she closed 4 deals, make 10K a month. Freedom, rest of her life. Now it's at 20 properties, 21 properties. Travel around the world every single week, literally. Amanda, he had 5 kids. Within 3 months, he hit 20K a month. And literally freedom, rest of their life. And that's the power that we have. Cash flow equal freedom. Okay, write that down. My goal for this is to show you how to make multiple six-figure beyond Airbnb, right? That nobody else is teaching. I was the first one who went viral on social media on this. We are like the OG on this. Okay. A lot of copycats I know and all of that. That's great. But hey, there's only one Michael Jordan, right? So there you go. All right. So my story is an immigrant from a third world country, Vietnam, come over here, sleep in one tiny bedroom. Like I said, and determined to achieve the American dream, right? It's literally our backyard when we first came over here. We come out to the backyard, we took a picture, we hit the fence right there. Okay. It's a lot better than Vietnam, where we're all like you see all these people here, all my family here. You see that shack in the back? We all fit in that shack. And we were doing well. Okay. So putting some perspective for you guys. Okay. So anyway, I was determined to achieve the American dream, right? Even though I didn't know any English, didn't know anybody really. And you know, we gotta do what we gotta do. So how many in here been told that the American dream is what? Go to school, get a good grade, become a doctor, a lawyer, engineer, right? And that's what I did. Okay. So we sacrificed everything for about 8 years, surviving off of ramen noodle, dollar menu, living off of basement, rent a room with 5 other frat guys, right? For many, many years to become a doctor of pharmacy. Got my MBA as well. Look at hundreds of different models. Went out to the real world and crushed it actually. First year I won the Pharmacy of the Year award for a Fortune 1 company. Right? And I thought I made it. I'm like, Mom, Dad, I'm gonna retire you. Don't worry about a thing. I got everything taken care of. I got a white coat. I got the nice everything, And I was like, yeah, I got this. They sat me down to corporate America. They gave me a 2% raise. I'm like, this is not even gonna keep up with inflation, right? And they cut my staff by 30%. And I'm like, why? Because they know that I can handle it, right? They know that I can handle it. And I was like, why am I here? I look at the mentor who was there 20 years in the same job position I was, and he was older. He got more sick, right? He got more responsibilities and just much less freedom. I was like, why am I here? Right? So that's when I know that I was trapped. It's like golden handcuff. My mom was diagnosed with cancer at the time too. I was like, dang it, I gotta try all kind of businesses now, right? To really make it work. So I try everything else. I literally try everything in real estate or in business, drop shipping. How many tried drop shipping before? Okay. Multi-level marketing, day trading, opening up a franchise, opening up traditional businesses, multifamily, you know, billboards, storage units, commercial units, being a realtor, traditional real estate. I try it all, right? Exactly. Short term are not a good niche anymore. Amen. Amen. I try that too, right? At all, right? So anyway, the bottom line is all of these businesses can work. It does work for some people, but it's not a full-time overtime job because a lot of time they're still trading your time for money with these, right? For example, drop shipping, e-commerce. You do all that work, you make like 20 bucks a sale. How many sales do you need to make 10K a month? You know, literally 1,000 sales. You need like 1,000 customers. I mean, who wouldn't want to deal with 1,000 different customers every month, right? I was like, no thanks. And then all of the like anything with physical product, so much limitation, right? Shipping and tariffs and all the stuff you can't control. You got to ship all the way from China and all that stuff. And like, man, it's not gonna work. Okay. You barely have any margin. Multi-level marketing. I'm sure you tried that before, right? It's basically contacting your friends and family until you have no more friends and family. Okay. Or stalking people at the mall. I was like, I did that for years too. I'm like, what am I doing with my life? Right? Day trading. You've done that too, right? I'm sure. I literally felt like I was a genius. I made like 300% return, hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I was walking around all bossy and stuff like that. And next thing you know, I lost it all in 1 week. Okay. Anybody share that pain, put out in chat. It was painful. Then I recovered for a few years, that come back and did it again. Okay, that's how I'm not anything special, guys. Okay. Like I done all these mistakes. The reason why I'm here today humbly is I have failed way more than most of you have in many things. Because my motto has always been fail forward, fast, faster, right? Because you can readjust along the way. Just keep on going, keep on going. Okay. Because time is your biggest enemy, guys. Time. You don't know how much you have, you don't know how long you have. And if you take forever to take any actions, how are you gonna find out? Right? So it's much better. The more successful I know, the more faster they're gonna take action. And they're just gonna just crank it out and they readjust along the way. But anyway, opening a franchise, opening a restaurant, put $400,000 in, 2 years to build. I got a job, pay 50K managing a bunch of teenagers and never show up to work or they don't do the right thing. Like, I'm like, this is not how I want to go for the rest of my life, right? Or any kind of traditional franchise overhead is ridiculous, right? As you know, you see all the retail shut down all the time because anything with a lot of overhead, no, thank you. Multifamily, you know, big commercial deals. You guys heard them, right? I own 500 units. Oh yeah? What's your cash flow? 2,000 a month. Okay, how long you been doing it? 10 years. But it's getting there. Okay. Took you 10 years to get 2,000 a month. How much you need a month to retire? At least 10K. Okay. You want to do this for another 50 years? I never thought about it that way. Okay. Right. So the thing about multifamily, it does work, right? But it takes so much money and so much connection. It's not a full-time job. Okay. It's not easy to take over 100 units, have 10 different partners, 100 different investors to deal with, calling you every day, right? I was like, that's not the answer here. Okay. Anything with commercial real estate, it takes so hard to really close the deal. Being a realtor, traditional real estate, right? Working nights and weekend, did that too. Okay. Close some deals, but working nights and weekend. Who want to do that for the rest of their life? Okay. Not me. All right. So I was frustrated. I was burnt out. I was trapped. Prior to becoming free, I was working 60 plus hour a week. I was lost. I was miserable and I was rock bottom. But that's when I met somebody who gave me the epiphany. Is what if I don't have to own the property to make money from it? What if I can leverage other people property, OPP, write that down, other people properties, right? So, and scale to freedom. So back then, this was like 15 years ago when Airbnb just came out. So like, sure, just sublead on that. And that's what I did, you know? Oh, put your credit card away. It's not a sales call, nothing to sell to you today. The only thing I'm gonna give you is another free something for free. Y'all want free stuff? Okay. Now this It's a one-on-one call with me. I only have 5 spots available for this call, for this group. Okay. Literally 1 hour with me, and we can cover anything you want. Okay. It's a strategy call, and you will walk away with it knowing exactly what you need to do to overcome a lot of the limiting belief in here. 80-90% success is the mindset piece that most people miss. So if y'all want to take advantage of that, links in the chat. That's my gift to you. Okay, Happy New Year. Okay, that's it. All right, the old model is change your time for money directly. X amount of dollars go X amount of time. It's a definitely the worst trade in the world, guys, is trade your time for money. Like salary is even worse. And they told us to put money into a retirement account. And maybe 50 years from now, we can still be alive. Okay. We can still have the health. We can still enjoy it. I mean, who in here know people this actually work for? Okay. I certainly don't. Okay. Have you ever wonder why, like, all of the hedge funds manager, like all the banker and all of that, they're the one who live the lifestyle that you want, while we over like you guys like slaving away here. And then 50, 60 years from now, I wonder what happened. Okay. Because this model is built for them, not for you. Right. If you haven't seen anybody that this actually worked for, something to think about. The new model, you want to create an equitable, scalable business model where you do not directly change your time for money. You want to earn money while you sleep. And then you want to reinvest into your business for years to come. And then you have multiple sources of income backed up by real estate. That's the holy grail to financial freedom. Take a screenshot of this, share this with as many people as you can. Okay. I wish I learned this in school. Okay. Multiple sources of income backed up by real estate. That's the key to your freedom and your lifestyle. Okay. The reason why is, hey guys, if you have, think about it. If you have one source of income, even though like I made 6 figure income as a pharmacist, right? I have great benefits, great perks, everything. But it's always on my mind, hey, what if I lose that source of income? What if something happened to the company? What if something happened outside of my control? The government going crazy. We gotta, whatever's going on. Or I lose my license. What am I gonna do? If that was my only source of income, which it was, right? Even though it was 6 figures income, if I lose that, what am I gonna do? Right? That's always the biggest fear. That's why I built it so fast. That's why I retired when I was 33 and got done with and enjoy the rest of my life, right? Because I feel the pain. I want you guys to really feel that pain. Just imagine if you lose your job today, what would happen, right? Think about it, okay? Okay. Or what if you lose your main business? What would that happen, right? So, okay. Good job. Man, Pamela went through her walkthrough today. Good job. Congrats. Pamela's one of my students. Had to land a deal. Good job. Okay. Anyway, multiple source of income. The reason why is once you have multiple sources of income, you can sleep peacefully, right? You have 10 houses, make you 20, 30,000 a month, even more. What you got to worry about? Not much, right? Nothing at all, you see? And you can literally, if you lose one of them, well, guess what? You can get another one. How fast with this model? You can super fast. Versus the traditional model of buying a property, renovating it, qualifying for it. It does work, it just take forever. Right? Literally take forever. This one, you can go and leverage somebody else's property. Like we literally have a coaching call right before this, and we have like 5 students landed, like each of them landed a deal. Just like that. And they only been in for like the first couple weeks, a lot of them. So anyway, I was confused about picking the right location, staff, strategy, and all of that. I lost thousands of hours and hundreds of thousands of dollars, really. I had to close down more than 10 of these Airbnb, short-term rental, and all of that BS, right? So I'm here to show you that you don't have to go through that. That's the good news, okay? Because I had no mentor, I had no support group, I had no help with all the little stuff to become who I am today, okay? So the key lesson here is always have a mentor, always have a support group, so you don't have to go through what I went through. Okay, it was really tough. But even with that, I scaled 20 something corporate housing and the rest in history. Okay. So why is this different? One, clients stay for months instead of days. That's the biggest key. Okay. Short-term rental on average stay for a few nights. Well, this is a few months. So the length of stay is 30 times longer. So therefore, the workload is 30 times less. How many here want to make like, you know, even more than short-term rental and have 30 times less work, right? Exactly. And then you make 2 times the market rent while minimize management, right? Most of the short-term rental out there, I mean, long-term rental, you barely make any money. There's no really, not much cash flow at all, right? And then short-term, you have a ton of expenses, like cleaning fees go up, supplies go up. Every single weekend, you got to manage this. I mean, we did the math. Literally, if you switch from a short-term to a corporate housing, you literally save like $1,000 a month on just cost of managing it or cleaning it or supplies. Okay. And then you make like at least 1,000, 2,000 more a month versus traditional rental, right? So you scale that out. That's 10, $20,000 extra every year. You do that 10 times, that's six-figure income. You see? So 10 times less management, 10 times more freedom. Okay. It's called a 4-hour work week, guys. You read that book, 4-Hour Work Week, right? Incredible book, got me thinking a long time ago. Okay. And I'm leaving it, been leaving it for a long time now, right? The 4-hour work week. What would it be like if you can just work 4 hours the rest of the time, take care of your family, take care of your loved one, give back to the community, whatever you want to do. What will you do? Okay. If that's possible for you, right? All right. So 10 times less risk, 10 times less headache because it's business to business. It's not business to consumer, right? You ever had bad tenants before? Put down in the chat. You trash the place, party, alcohol, all that, right? And usually once the tenant move out, your long-term tenant, you got to rehab a lot, right? That's all, there goes all your profit right there. You know, you think you're making like $1,000 a month or whatever, then they move out, you spend like $10,000 fixing it. So did you really make 1,000 a month? What do you think about that? You know, you might make a couple hundred a month, but okay. Like I after I did real math and all that, I was making like $300 a month per property. It took me 3 to 5 years to save up the money to buy one. And I was like, I need 10K a month at that time, which is 20K a month now to get freedom, right? So I was like, how long will it take for me to get to that 10K a month if it took me 3 years to buy one house to make $300? I need 33 houses. 3 years times 33, 99 years. I mean, do I have 99 years to wait? No. Okay. So when I learned about this, how to leverage other people's property, I literally scale 2 properties a month, guys. Write down 2 deals a month. Each of them make 2K a month. 6 months from now, you have 12 properties, making you 24K a month. Who in here literally can be free, making 20 some K a month? Okay. Absolutely free. And you actually live like a king if you travel reward to other countries, actually. Okay, massage every day. Anyway, escape regulations have tax exempt. Okay. So disclaimer, this is not financial legal advice. This is not tax legal advice at all. What I mean by this is with short-term rental, you gotta pay hotel tax, 15%, right? You got a bunch of regulations. You got to jump through hoops, do all kind of stuff. With this, it's over 30 days. So you escape a lot of that. You don't have to pay that usually. You have tax exempt, right? That's huge. 15% of revenue, guys. That's huge. Okay. Also, when you get direct bookings, because we have the connections, you don't have to pay Airbnb 10%, VRBO 10%, you know? Think about that. That's huge. Like that's like most profit people like profit margin, right? That's why we build this community for a reason. Okay. So I'm gonna go over the difference between the two, short term to mid term and all of that. But before I do, I want to bring on some of my students here. So, Spencer, you able to jump on here, sir? Love to have you here. Awesome. See somebody highlight him for me, guys. And let me know if anybody else here. Is Rebecca here too? Maybe I'll bring her next. I don't know if she's here. But yeah, Rebecca here put out something in the chat or something. I'll find her. But yeah, Mr. Spencer, welcome Spencer. Give us a little bit of your background and awesome. Good to have you.
How's everybody doing? All right. Since being with Dr. Chau in the organization, it wasn't an easy ride for me just because it didn't have my full focus at the time. And I kind of did it the hard way. I took a property that I owned and renovated that. So I went through the whole spectrum. But long story short, I got it to the condition where it was remodeled and everything, and I had photos taken of it. And today I'm having that leased out now for 6 months straight for double the market rent in that area. Uh, a lot of people can't believe I'm getting that much rent. In fact, I went to my attorney today about some other legal matters, but I told him what businesses I were doing, and he he asked me, "Well, how much are you getting for that?" And I told him, and he couldn't believe it because he's a real estate attorney. He's done a lot of investing over the years, so he knows the area that I have my midterm rental located because he has rental properties in that area. And when I told him how much I was getting, he couldn't believe it. He wanted to know how I was getting that much rent, and I told him this is what I do, man. So he immediately told me about another property he owned, and almost literally almost just gave me the keys to go look at it and evaluate it because I
Love it.
guess he's having it remodeled inside. So I'll get back with him tomorrow. I think Dr. Child briefly looked it up. The only reason we couldn't
Awesome.
see the inside because it's being remodeled inside. So
Yeah,
once he's done,
yeah,
he's willing to buy the furniture, furnish it, and everything. So
right. So
yeah,
Spencer, before awesome, congratulations on all of that. Tell us what's your background and where you at?
yeah, I'm in South Florida. I'm retired
Mhm.
law enforcement. Yeah, I've been law enforcement more than 35 years. So yeah,
Nice. Thank you for your service. Yes. So
right.
before this, did you have any like really experience in real estate or business?
No, not really. I had always wanted to get back into it, but my career kept me too busy. I had started some, but just didn't have the time. And as soon
Mhm.
as I retired, I started looking for ways. Matter of fact, what got me on the track of thinking about corporate housing was I was actually on a call one night, and then we had a shooting at a house that was hosting an Airbnb clients. It was some young I'm gonna say teenagers, just young people. They had a party at this Airbnb. The owners didn't know about it, but across the street, it was another house, and the ladies came outside to ask me what was going on. And I
Mhm.
told them, and I asked, who were they? Were they the owner? They said, no, we travel back and forth. We're nurses. We travel back and forth here because they were going through some kind of training. And I had the owner come out. And when the owner came out, it was two young guys, and they owned both properties. One was an Airbnb, and the other one was for the visiting nurses. I said, I want to do that where you don't have that many problems. So that got me thinking about it. Then I came along Dr. Child's program. I thought that was a perfect fit for what I was looking for. Yeah.
Awesome. Fantastic. So how has our program or the community, the mentorship has helped you to accomplish this? 6 months booking literally pay double the market rent, guys.
Yes, yes, and it's not that much work at all. I try to keep in touch with them regularly just to make sure that they're comfortable. I'll text them and encourage them to text me if they have any problem. But I really don't hear much from them. I wish them it was Christmas time, so of course I send stuff to them. So I'll get repeat business, good customer
Yeah,
service. But as far as actual work, it's not much work at all.
nice, awesome, fantastic. How's our mentorship or the community help you to get you all today?
Say it again, doctor.
How does our mentorship and the community has helped you to get
Yeah,
you to where you are?
well, more than anything, I really like the Zoom meetings we have because of course, Dr. Child's sharing his knowledge with us, but it also gives the students a chance to interact and share each other wins or issues that we're having, so we can brainstorm and give some good advice to each other. Yeah,
Fantastic, fantastic, good deal.
yeah.
So, what would you tell people who are like maybe on the fence, thinking about us for a while now? And
Mhm.
yeah, what would you tell them if they have some fear, some doubt?
Yeah, you just got to do it. You got to just step out on faith. I prayed about it. I'm
Mhm.
not going to eliminate God from my picture. So I prayed about getting the listing. I did all the homework, all the recommendations, and I just stepped out there on faith. And I'm still getting messages asking if my place is available. Right now, fortunately, it's not. But you just got to step out on faith after you did your homework, and you can't get stuck in analysis paralysis and not
Yeah,
make a move. You just got to go ahead and put everything we were learning together and go out there and step out on faith. And do it. Yeah,
awesome, awesome. Cool. Fantastic. Thank you for everything
yeah,
for your service to like 30 years as an officer. So thank a lot for your service to keep this country, you know, peacefully and freedom for all of us.
yes,
Thank you, sir. All right. Awesome. So let's go forward here and let's talk about how do you get these what are the plan for coming up here. Okay. So we have 4 step in our proprietary system. But before we dive into that, I want to share with you what exactly is the difference between the short term and midterm. Like Spencer said, the short term stay usually just a few days, a few weekends, right? Most tenants are vacationer or they just want to party, just want to have a lot of fun, which I don't blame them. I would too. You too on your vacation. Now with midterm or corporate, is literally at least on average we see about 2, 3 months, 3 to 6 months. But what people don't know is 90% of the time they will extend because corporate contract and renovations, has they ever finished on time, guys? Most of the time they don't, right? That's what most people don't understand. But with vacation, what are the chances of they actually extending their vacation? Most of the time they cancel their vacation, especially what happened with COVID, remember? 9/11, and recently with the government shutdown. Well, guess what? All the vacation rental businesses bust. It's like building your castle on sand if you're gonna build it on just Airbnb or vacation rental, right? But when you build it on solid rock, which is the companies who have the resources, right? The insurance, housing who have the resources, then you're building on solid foundation. You see? And then with short term, you gotta clean every single weekend, pretty much. You gotta manage all of that. Sometimes cleaners don't show up, a lot of headaches, a lot of expenses, supplies, you gotta replenish every single time. And the way everything going up now, literally, if you think about it, just $100 extra a week. That's $400 a month right there, you know? And then it costs you $100 in supply, $100 in cleaning because the cleaning labor cost has gone up, right? Versus midterm, corporate housing, you only clean once when they leave, or maybe once a month, right? But most of the time they share that cost, you see? So that's why it's just so much more lucrative and also much more freedom. Okay. Now, why do we rent instead of buying the property? Now, if you have the property already, congratulations, you're a lot of ahead of a lot of people, and you can do that with your own property. But for most people, they don't have the property. So what I would say, instead of buying one property, did you know that you can go out and rent 10 houses for the same amount that like the down payment of renting one, of owning one, right? So for the same amount of investment, do you want to make money from 10 houses or one house? Put down in the chat, guys. Okay. Do you want to make the money now or you want to wait to save up, buy another house, save up, buy another house for another 20, 30 years, right? You see? And with 10 houses, you can make $20,000 a month right now. You see? 240K a year, you'll be free. And you can do that within months instead of you taking 20, 30 years, right? Make sense? And then check this out. Let's go even higher level. How would you like to cherry pick your houses in the best neighborhood, in the best property, and the best of everything? Because the difference between renting an A plus neighborhood, A property, and a B is only a few $100. And you pass that cost on to the corporate housing companies. Versus when you buy, the difference is hundreds of thousands of dollars, or at least 50K, 100K, right? That's why most people, when they buy in B neighborhood or C neighborhood, B or C properties, and trying to renovate them, which is a lot of headache, a lot of time, a lot of work, take forever, right? By the time they buy a house, save up money for years to buy a house, right? And take another year to close the house, take another year to renovate. You look back, it's like 5 years pass by. And then one of my students just go out there and get one in a weekend. You see the difference? And then put the risk on, like literally not much risk on them, you know? So most of the risk will come down to the property owner, really. Okay. So that's why we do the rent to rent, right? Now, if you already have property, like I said, hey, it's great. It's so easy, just literally just switch over, transition it, you know, then expand, scale. Okay. All right. This is a financial freedom formula. I wish I know. Didn't learn this in MBA school. Okay, went through that. Month one, do one property, make 2K a month passive, net. You know, this is when you rent to rent, right? You rent a property for 2,000, you rent it out for like 4,500, you make 2,000 a month. Classic example. Okay. If you can do one, can you do another one? Of course, right? So month two, you do two. Now you're 6K a month. Month three, you do two more, now you're 10K a month. Literally in 3 months, you make six-figure income. How do you feel? You replace your income in 3 months. How long did it take for you to get to 10K a month at your job? For most people, it's decades, right? Decades. And then how long, how many hours do you have to spend every single week managing, working that job to make 10K a month? Usually 30, 40 hours. You know how many hours does it take to manage 5 properties, make 10K a month? Literally 5 hours a month. On average, I see about 1 hour to 2 hours a month. That's it. Instead of 40-hour work week. You want to be stuck in the 9 to 5 rat race for the rest of your life? Or you want to get freedom and go live your dreams and be a better example for your kids, next generation? Because the reason why monkey see, monkey do, right? We keep in the same cycle. And we wonder why, we're living paycheck to paycheck, everybody broke and generation, because they keep doing the same thing and same thing, expecting different result. And they don't know how either. So how about you do something different here and change the generations to come for you and your family? What would that do for you guys? What would that be worth for you? Knowing that your kids and their kids have passive income taking care of them, right? Our youngest kid that literally did this, 15 years old. I have that testimonial for you. 15. If he can do it, hey, anybody can do it, right? So, and if that's not enough for you, you do that for another 3 months, and now you hit 20 something K a month. Now you have about 11 property, 11 different sources of income. That's $250,000 a year. And you are welcome to the land of the living, the land of like all your dreams can come true, right? You see, you put that into a trust fund, spit out literally six-figure passive income for you and your kids. They never have to work ever for anybody, do anything they don't ever want to do again. What would that mean for you as a father, as a mom? Okay. And then you keep on doing that and you carry this out. You're gonna have like 20 something property that's make $500,000 a year right there. In 10 years, if you do nothing else, that's $5 million, guys. If you do nothing else. Okay. How about you put one of your kids in this? They do it with you, right? Build that relationship, right? And then they have that freedom. So it's not what we get, it's who we become in the process, right? That's why we are different. Because we're not just about the money, all that. It's great, okay? But it's about self-actualizing. A lot of my coaching mentorship is about how you become literally a different person, transform into the man, the woman that you know you can be. So through that process, you're gonna become the leader that will change generations to come, right? Because my mission now is no longer about me and my family. We good, okay? God showed me that, after a couple of years, got my freedom. I was like, well, what's the purpose of my life now? What am I supposed to do? And I remember distinctly, literally on the beach, he said, you go out and change 1 million families' life, break the generational curses. Because, I come from like absolute nothing. I have a lot of limiting belief, a lot of curses, and build generational wealth. 1 million families. And that's why to this day, I give scholarship to all of my student children and family. Once you are in, your whole family can be in. You know, that's the key, right? Because the family is the strongest unit that's being attacked a lot, right? So, and the number one cost of divorce and child support and alimony, all that crap, it's just finances, just cash flow. You can solve that. Everything else is pretty easy, right, guys? So, is it about time we step up and take care of this? Number one thing is the cash flow, the freedom, and then the rest of our life and our children's life we're taking care of. That's the legacy, right? All right. So anyway, the free call to exist. You guys want to really change your life? Oh, the only caveat is just be open and serious to be coachable. Okay. 3 things to look for within our community. Number one is being coachable. If you're not coachable, I can't help you. Right. Number two, you gotta have positive attitude. No negativity allowed, right? In a community. Number three is, are you a giver and not just a taker, right? So if you are, and that sounds aligned with what you do, then have a conversation. This is literally a conversation with me and see if we align in what we do and if we can do some business together. If not, no worries. Go from there. Okay. All right. So corporate housing arbitrage, leveraging other real properties. Okay. We got another fourth step right here. Proprietary system. This is what we teach in our curriculum is F is finding the right location. A, as to sublease. S is set up to stand out. And then T to tap into the corporate clients. Okay, fourth step. How you do that? How you find the right location. The myth is I don't know where to find a deal. Well, I know with a lot of short-term rental, a lot of short-term people, they can give you a bunch of software, a bunch of research, a bunch of stuff they gotta pay thousands of dollars for a month, right? For me, I want to save my students as much money as I can to help them, right? You don't need any of that, guys. For location, the main key is three H's: highways, hospitals, and hotel, right? When two highway intersect, where money flow, energy flow, attention flow, money flow, okay? So the government spent trillions of dollars to build the highway system. Take advantage of it, okay? Right? And when two highway intersect, that's where hotels and hospitals build hundreds of millions of dollars, sometimes $1 billion worth of hospitals. Why? Because that's where the right location is. So as long as you are close to two highway intersection, a nice hospital, and some decent hotels, you have a pretty good chance of succeeding. Okay? That's the location part, right? And I'll go over that with you. Okay, I will like literally pop up and analyze property for you here in a little bit. How do you ask other people to sublease? Okay, the key here is what in it for them, right? Why would somebody give you their baby, their property? Okay, the reason why is we solve landlord three biggest concern. Number one is people squatting and not paying, eviction, right? Well, guess how many eviction we have for the past 10 years? Literally zero, okay? That's why, because we do corporate housing companies, they have more to lose. They're not going to mess around with 10, 20K in rent. That's jump change, right? For them. They're not going to put their reputation online for that, right? So that's why. Also, we help landlord basically be like we're their partners in this. They have somebody that care about their property more than they do a lot of time, or as much as they do, right? Good luck finding that with any other tenants out there. Most tenants don't care about the property, they wear and tear, and because it's not their property, right? They're paying the butt a lot of time. With corporate clients and with us managing it for them, they're not gonna do anything stupid to ruin their career, their job, right? They might rent the Airbnb down the road and party for the weekend, but not ours, okay? Because their job's on the line, right? And then insurance housing is where family go through disaster, flood, hurricane, fire, and their insurance is paying for it. And it's a home away from home, and they are responsible people. Do you think they're gonna jeopardize their only home they have? Do anything bad to the property? Of course not, right? That's why it work. And the reason why it work with us, and the reason why we can help somebody who brand new in this with no experience go from zero to make six figure within 6 months is definitely not by accident, it's by design. Okay, because we understand how they can leverage our corporate housing network, hundreds of members, hundreds of partners nationwide, to grow this business very quickly. What I mean by that is, let's say, you know, you're in the community, Spencer is in South Florida, right? Nielsen is in New Jersey, New York, right? Let's say, you know, Braden come in and he's in DC. Well, guess what? You know, hey, Braden, you know, you got Spencer in South Florida. When you have a corporate leads, get who you're gonna call. Hey, Spencer, find me a deal. Let's partner up. He manage it. You make passive income. That's it. Now you're in. You know the way. Same vice versa. Guess who they're gonna call if they have a project or something in DC? Hey, Braden, I got a hot company. They're looking for 2 houses. They're paying double the market rent. We get this through. You make 4K a month. I make 4K a month. Let's go. How many of those can you do to make 6 figure income? Get free from your job. You see? That's why community is so important. That's why a tribe is so important. That's why no Michael Jordan cannot be any basketball team by himself. Even MJ, Black Jesus, right? I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. I just got to check. I'm actually joking, right? Right? Even him can be a whole team of basketball by himself, right? That's why a team is so important. A tribe is so important, right? So that's why I love the African proverb, take a village to raise a man, right? There you go. So that's why the network, you can leverage our track record. The reason why is when you talk to the landlord, they're not just going to give you the first question they can ask is, hey, you know, I like you guys. I like you, Braden, but how many corporate housing have you done? Gotta tell them the truth. Your first one. So what are the chances of them giving you their property? You see? Versus with us, you can say, hey, I'm a part of a nationwide corporate housing network. We have done hundreds of these properties for the past 20 years combined experience. Here's our other 100 members, other 100 properties that we've done. Boom. And now you're interviewing them, you see, to see if they qualify to work with you. And all you need is just a couple of good landlord, because everything else is going to come from referral, guys. Like that attorney that Spencer was talking about. How many people does that attorney, real estate attorney, how many people do you think he know that own real estate in his Rolodex? All Spencer gotta do is be good with that attorney, and he doesn't need to make any more outreach. The rest of his business can come from just that one connection that connect to literally hundreds of other people. You see what I'm saying? So, hey, that's what I'm talking about, guys. All right. Let's go. Okay. So we literally have partner nationwide, guys. Set up to stand out, setting up the property is too much work, all of that. Well, we're gonna show you every single week. We have this group coaching call where we go over every single deal, make sure if it's a good deal, bad deal, how you furnish it, how you not furnish it, all of that, right? And guess what? Here's a secret. Why don't you find people who already set it up for you already? So literally, we're able to find some furnished rentals that they don't know what they're doing, right? And it's ready to roll. You simply partner up with the landlord, the property owner, and you both make passive income today, not 5 years from now when you save the money and rehabbing and all that crap, right? So that's what I'm talking about. Okay. So how you tap into corporate clients? So we don't just do Airbnb or VRBO, right? Everybody know about that. Okay. We test like thousands of other resources. We have our trade secret list of the people, the connections that we dealt with that actually give us corporate clients, insurance clients that are proven. Like what Spencer had, 6 months, right? Double the market rent. Okay. So, when you get direct booking, you don't have to pay Airbnb and VRBO and arm and leg. Okay. So now, do we use Airbnb VRBO? Yes. Are there ways in there that we use so that we can get corporate clients, insurance clients? Yes. But a lot of the most profitable one are the direct bookings. Okay. Literally one client can make you tens of thousands of dollars a year. Easy. Okay. All right. So what is the formula for this? Corporate housing arbitrage. First month rent, first month deposit, 5 to 7K is the initial expense. You can buy the furniture, you can rent the furniture. Okay. When you buy the furniture, about 7 to 9K without help. Without our help, it's probably like 15, 20K because you probably don't know what you're doing. You can even rent the furniture. 2 times the rent plus minus utilities. That's literally double your money within the first year. Okay. So on average, per month, you're gonna earn about 2 to 3K a month per property. Okay. So your initial expense, if you add up, is about 10 to 15K for one deal, depending on where you're at. Let's say you're in California, it's gonna be like 15, 20K. If you're in like Texas, it's gonna be like 10K. You see what I'm saying? It's just a range. But that's when you can make more. If you're in California, New York, Florida, DC, you can make more than, a medium-sized city somewhere, right? So you're gonna make like 3 or 4K. But let's say you put in 10, 15K, you make 2, 3K a month. 6 months, you make your money back. First year, you double your money. Guys, in the business, within your first year, you not just break even, you double your money. Guys, I have my MBA. What I learned is 99% of businesses literally break even. Well, actually, 90% of them don't make it within 5 years. And the 10% that make it, 90% of that just break even in 5 years' time. The break even point here is 6 months. Within your first year, you double your money. What other strategy, what other things can you do where you can make 100% return on your money that you are in full control of? Warren Buffett, the best investor in the world, make 20 something percent a year. Okay. And he has a ton of people he got to deal with. You here over here making 100% return, and guess who you got to deal with? The man in the mirror, the woman in the mirror. That's it. Okay. That's the best part. You know, I know all these things, all the big things you can learn, like the multi-family storage unit, commercial deal. This sounds all great, and I done all of it. I literally invest $1 million, guys. I learned all from all these people. Do you really want the headache of managing 100 people investments, 100 investors, have like 10 different partners? Guys, you'd be lucky enough you can have two people agree on one thing, you and your wife, right? Than having 5 to 10 people trying to agree on one deal, right? So, hey, I'll be real with you guys, okay? So that's why I'm like, hey, what is the simplest thing I can get my freedom? I don't care about nothing at my freedom. I can do whatever the heck I want to do, whenever I want to do it with whomever I want to do it with, for how long I want to do it with. That is priceless. I don't care how much money they pay me, how much money I make on a deal. If I don't like you, hey, I'm sorry, I can't do a business. Okay. That's it. All right. So that's the way we gotta do it. Okay. Okay. Formula for co-hosting. Oh, how many here want to do zero money down strategy? Okay. So far, I show you how to do rental arbitrage. What if you can do it with zero money down? It's called co-hosting, managing for other people, or consulting as well. Oh, thank you, my love. That's the beautiful thing about freedom. My wife just gave me a smoothie, right? Love that. Okay. Cheers. Okay. Okay. So co-hosting, initial expenses, $0. You don't even need to buy the furniture. It's the property owner that will do that, right? Some of them already have furniture, you know, or if not, just rent the furniture, the landlord will pay. You still charge 2 times the market rent, and you make less. You make 700 to 1,600, about half of what you make with arbitrage. The question, you didn't put any money in. You're making a return on that. What kind of you make money from that? What kind of return on investment is that? Is that infinite return? Spore. Guys, did you guys know what I just showed you? If not, wake up, okay? I'll show you literally how to make all your dreams come true with zero risk, with infinite return, with generational wealth, generational blessings, peace of mind, the rest of your life. It doesn't get better than that, guys. Okay. You know what I learned when I hang out with all these billionaires? It's not how much money we make from this deal. It's not that, no, it's how can we mitigate risk and how can we get asymmetrical risk to reward ratio. For example, if you're doing real estate traditionally, it's a pretty dangerous thing to do, right? How much money do you have to put down payment? How much does it take to rehab? Okay. Let's say you put in 50K for down payment, another 50K for rehab, maybe another 50K for cushion, right? You're risking 100K to make 100K. That's a 1-to-1 ratio. You see, what percentage do you need to be right to make your money? 100% of the time. If you do it wrong one time, how much do you lose? 100K. How many 100K can you lose? Not many, right? That's why most rehab or fix and flip or go broke every 10, 15 years because they get excited, market is good, and they buy more, they over leverage, and now they're stuck with the property. Even the best of the best. I talk to so many people, guys. Don't be that guy, okay? So check this out. You take that 100K, you do 10 arbitrage, you make 200K a year. You're free, rest of your life. And you have how many sources of income? 10, not one, 10. Okay. You, you take it a step further and you do co-hosting, you do another 10 property, you're not even putting any money down. So what's the real risk here? Some of your time. That's it. Right. And then when you get the reward is 10 times the risk. At least for arbitrage, it's 100 times the risk for co-hosting. You see? So what can you lose? What do you have to fear except for fear itself? Right? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Like, you know, I mean, for arbitrage, all you need is to be right one out of 10 times. For co-hosting, all you need to be right one out of 100 times. And without help, shoot, do you think you can be right more than one out of 10 times? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Like, so anyway, the easy way is mimic, model, master, and multiply. Like Tony Robbins said, find somebody already done what you want to do. All right. Model them, learn from them. You know, the smart man will learn from his mistakes. The wise man learn from everybody else's mistakes. Okay. That's how you get to your goal 10 times faster, 10 times easier. My one mission, my one goal is to help 1 million families get financial freedom. Who do you want to be one of them? Right. So if you are ready, next step, book a call with us. That's it. Okay. See the calendar, fill up really quickly. And if it's a line, if it's a line on the call, then I will show you what it takes to join our mastermind. We don't just take everybody. My bandwidth is very limited every month. I only allow so many spots a month because I'm all about quality, not quantity, right? So that's why we have this. I interview everybody before we join our mastermind. You know, if it's not a good fit, I'll give you some free advice. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. It's all good, you know. If it's a good fit, then let's make something happen. Join a lifelong friendship family that we can grow together. Your kids can be a part of this, change their life forever. Because now what you get is who you become in the process. So when you want your kids to be around a bunch of winners or a bunch of losers, a bunch of entrepreneurs making things happen, or a bunch of naysayers get stuck in a job and be negative all the time. Which one you want to do? Okay. There you go. There are three phases of this business. First phase, market analysis of your golden pie location. What is a good deal versus bad deal? Okay. Very important. You know, otherwise, if it's a bad deal, you can lose your shirt, right? You can waste a ton of time, energy, money. Because if it's a good deal and you don't know if it's a good deal, you're not going to jump on it and you lose out on the deal. You see? Knowing that difference, if it take you on your own, it can take you months to figure it out, or years, actually, most of the time years. Or you can run that deal by me in a community, and you know within minutes, literally minutes, if it's a good deal or bad deal, right? That's what wealthy people buy back their time. Okay? That's what the wealthy does. The poor people trade their time for money. Wealthy people trade their money for their time, for their life, for their future. Understand? Okay. Second phase. How do you scale? After you know if it's a good deal, how do you communicate to the landlord? How do you leverage our network, our track record? Okay. Most people, 99% of people don't ever make it if they do it themselves because they have no track record. Okay. So how can people give you that property if you have no track record, no experience? Versus us, boom, instantly you have our 10, 20 years experience, hundreds of partners, right? And then you know what to say. Okay. And I go over that with you too in a little bit here. Hopefully we'll have some time. Third phase, how do you get the sources? Corporate clients. Okay. You can build a relationship. I tell you how. You can contact the HR department, human resource department. You tell them what they do. You build a relationship. You literally cold call like so many people and build that relationship for the next 10 years if you want. Or you simply leverage what we already built, and not just me, hundreds of my members. We already made all those connections. We already test everything under the sun in the whole industry. And we come back to the tribe and say, hey, here's what worked, here's what didn't work, here's the best practices, here's our connection. Boom, plug and play. That's how we help even a 15 years old, a single mom, a truck driver do this, make six-figure income. Why can't we help you, right? If all this did to give you the freedom lifestyle, would it be worth it to do the skill set? Only you can answer that questions. Okay. If all this did to give you the skill set to earn multiple six-figure within the next 6 months, is it worth it to do this? Guys, did you know how long it took me to make six-figure income as a pharmacist? 8 years of school. Think about your job. Most of you, if you make six-figure income, it's going to take like 10 years to get there, right? Guys, literally, you can get there. This is not six-figure income, just six-figure income. This is passive income, 4-hour work week. You understand that? For $1 of passive income, semi-passive income like this, I would trade for $10 of active income, right? Because your time is super limited. And especially if you're getting older, you know how much you're worth. You know how much you're worth. If all this did is give you the time to spend with your loved one and live a life of passion and purpose, will be worth it. Okay. This is us in Paris for the Olympics. What an experience. It's only happened once 100 years, right? Can never recreate that again. Okay. And this is us literally in like a 5-star resort. Okay. Travel around the world however long, wherever long. So anyway, let's the hard way is just forget everything else. And for those of you that do the stock market, check this out. You want to make 10K a month? You know how much it takes to do that? You need $2.5 million at 4% dividends to make 10K a month. How long will it take for you to save $2.5 million at your current saving rate? Okay, that's the key. Probably forever. Easy way is just do this few hours a week part-time, and you can make money now. Passive income now. The best investment is in yourself. The more you can learn, the more you can earn. Okay. Mistake you will make when you leave here is not knowing the market, not knowing which is a good deal is a bad deal, going at it alone, not leveraging mentors their lesson, lack of motivation, lack of accountability, think you know it all, one aimlessly for years sourcing clients. I did all of this. I'm not just talking to you, I'm talking about me too. Okay. Because when I started, there was no man, like you guys so blessed. Okay. When I started, it wasn't even like YouTube. Okay. There's nothing. Okay. Literally nothing. Man, I would trade everything if I have the community, the mentorship, the best practices you guys have today. And I didn't have to go through all those nightmares. Okay. But anyway,
Officially leaving my
do
pharmacist
this. And
career,
I'm
the
gonna
job
analyze some
next
properties
month.
to get ready.
I'm gonna be drafting my resignation letter. I'm gonna focus on that and then the corporate housing.
That is awesome. How much are you making now?
Well, on average, $20,000. Last month was my biggest month. Of course, I grossed up $50,000.
Wow.
First time.
How long did it take you to get there?
9 months now.
How long did it take you to become a pharmacist?
Forever.
I actually got 2 appointments on Tuesday for 2 houses.
Nice.
And I've made a personal goal to at least get 8 houses before the end of the year.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do everything I can to beat that number.
That's 20K a month. Let's
Yeah.
go.
We started 5 months ago, and since then, an average of 1 every month. I'm at 6 right now. Just talked to another landlord last night. Looks like we'll probably sign number 7 here next week. It's exciting.
How much are we making with this?
About 12,000 a month.
1,000 a month. Yeah.
Um,
So peaceful, man. Look at this guy. He's he's glowing. He got money all over his face, man.
I've been doing about 1 a month, but I think in the next 12 months, I want to do 20 in the next 12 months. So
Alvin made that happen too.
Life before was good, but life now is great. I started in mid-May or something like that. Got my property in June. Took about 2 weeks, furnished it, launched it. Less than 24 hours after that, I got a booking, and I've been 100% booked ever since.
Let's go. And how much profit are you making on that property per month?
I net about $3K a month from that property.
Yeah, you're not really doing much of anything, right?
Yeah, I'm not doing nothing. The network you provide, man. The tools you provide, people we're around. You teach us so much knowledge, man.
I met Dr. Chau at one of the Tony Robbins events, and he told me about this business, so I decided to take action right away. My wife really loved this idea. It took me about a couple of weeks. I got the place fixed up. It looked good. The first house, I averaged about $7,000 profit.
A month, by the way.
A month. I really like the program. Everything is good. I'm working on my second property. It's just that because I've been doing it for 3 months. So if I would have had 3 houses, I probably would have had another 50K or something in my pocket. This is it's good money, easy money. You'll be in some beach somewhere and just getting paid. So that's cool.
I am a student with Dr. Chau's mentorship. We finally got our rentals, our arbitrage, so everything's going good. We got our bookings. And yesterday we joined the elite. Honestly, with this, we get to know everything Dr. Chau knows. We get to be personal friends with him in so much education, because the value, it's way more than what he says. And in my opinion, it's the greatest thing that he's gonna do for everyone in this room. Thank you, Dr. Chau.
And how old are you?
I'm 15.
Let's go. I love that one. Man, where's that kid's gonna be a few years from now, Okay, let's go analyze some deals. Who in here got some properties, some deals you want to look at? Put out in the chat, okay? I want to reward people who've been around. So I'm showing you live here how you can find some deals right now, okay? Let's see here. We got any deals, any market you want me to analyze? Here's your chance, guys. Here's your chance. What markets you want me to look at? What deal you want to look at? All right, Braden. First come, first serve. Let's go. Hey, check this out. And the best part is yet to come, guys. Okay, so definitely stay the next 25 minutes here. It's gonna change your life. Promise. Okay. Because I'm about to guide you through some real good exercise here. Not just this, something that will transform your life. Okay. This is it, right? Braden? Okay. Okay, so let's look at highways, hospital, and hotel. Is this in some major highways? Yes. Okay. What are some hospital around? Okay. Yeah, there are some hospital around. Okay. District of Columbia Health and Hospital. Okay. And then hotels. Okay. There's several quite big hotels surrounding the whole area. Okay. It's pretty centrally located. That's good. Okay. Now I'll give you another H as a bonus. Okay. It's called healthy grocery stores. Like Whole Food, Trader Joe, organic food, all that. Why? Because these are where people who have money be around. Okay. So there are some as well. Okay. Pretty good. It's pretty centrally located, of course. Right there, pretty much in DC. So yeah. Location wise, fantastic. Great job, brother. Excited to have you do this one. Okay. Make it happen. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next one. South Orange in New Jersey. Okay, put it on here. New Jersey. Okay. Is it close to major highways? Yes, several highways close to literally an international airport too. That's good. Hospitals. Boom. Several hospitals surrounding it. Lovely. Hotels. You see how fast this text, guys? Because we are understanding leverage, right? You leverage these big companies, the Hilton, you know how much time they take to research this, how much they pay. You see? Look, all these hotel pay so much money before they drop 100 million, $200 million to open a hotel. Don't you think they've done the research? Right? Of course, right? This hospital, how drop $1 billion to open this hospital here, right? Of course they've done the research. You see? So that's check. Healthy grocery store. Cool. Trader Joe, Whole Food, close by. Boom. Fantastic location. 10 out of 10 here. Go forward. Done. Okay. Both of you guys. Great location. Good job. Okay. Last one for this one, and then we're gonna go straight into how to expand your business. Where you go, what to look for. And we're going that now. But anyway, Governor Forest Port. Governor Clinton. Okay. Assisted living facility, okay. Valencia assisted, okay. So where's that? Marietta. Oh, this is Atlanta, right? Yep. Okay, South Atlanta. Okay, next to the international airport. Great. Atlanta, strong market too. Hotels. Bunch around. Okay, of course. Yeah, this is a good market. I can tell already. I'm just gonna do this so you can see. See next to several major hospital here. And then healthy grocery store. Okay. It's more north, but here's the thing. This is good. This good area though. It's decent. Pretty nice. Okay. But you see, if you have several markets in the area, the good thing about arbitrage and co-hosting, you can do 3 markets at the same time. What's stopping you? You see? Do 3 different markets and double down on the best one. All right. There you go. You see? So what do? How do you find this deal? Okay. Here's what you find. Look for 4 bedroom, 2.5 bath. That is the sweet spot. Houses, entire place, not necessarily apartment or condos, even though those will work as well, but you make more with the single family home. Allow small dogs, allow cats, and here's the low hanging fruit. Click on furnish. Okay. So check this out, like Braden here. I'm gonna find out in that area for you. Washington, D.C. Let's go. So still Washington, D.C. Okay. Oh, it's just the zip code, even just the zip code. Then hit on remove boundaries. Okay. Rent, price no max. Okay. So if you have furnished rental, it's gonna be a lot less, right? There's a few options, but you're not limiting just there. You literally have a lot of options here. You see, for example, it's 4,500, 4 bedroom, 3 bath, right? Fully furnished, right? So you're gonna do co-hosting with this one, or just arbitrage it. You can rent this out for about 8,000. By my experience with just estimate, I gotta look closer. But see, boom, you can make 3,000 a month right here. And guess what? How much renovation do you do? How much money do you have to do for coming up with a down payment? Okay. Buy insurance and all the stuff, right? And if you can do one of these, and you do 10 of these and make 30,000 a month, that's almost 400K a year. Okay. Travel Roy work together, right? You see what I'm saying? So there's, many more. Right? You see what I'm saying? Like, look, listed by property owner, that's what you want. Most of the time, they don't know what they're doing, you know? They just don't. Okay. So that's furnish. Now you unclick the furnish, there'll be so many options. Look at all this abundance. All you need is literally 3 partners, 10 properties, make 20, 30K a month. You done. Rest of your life free. And if one of them go bust for whatever reason, burn down, it's not your house. You knock on wood, right? How fast can you open another one? Like that. You see? That's true freedom. It's not the money, it's the skill set, right? And then it's who you become in the process. Now you have more free time. You can volunteer, you can become a better dad, a better husband. Take your kids on one of these field trip, right? Give him a percentage of this. Sure, if he make like just $500 a month, you think you got his attention now? Right? Right? Sure, he gonna be doing whatever you want him to do, you know? All right. So you guys see? Okay. And what do you say to these landlords? Why would these landlord give it to you? And okay, number one, yeah, man, I got so much material to show you guys. Like, look, that was just like one of so much material I show you guys here. Like so much, okay? From everything. I don't even here's just real quick, okay? I want to guide you guys into that last exercise, change your life too. Okay. Master landlord approval. Four things you want to tell them. I'm going to cut straight to this is what you tell them. One, we take care of the property like it's our own. Okay. Because it's our business. Two, we get professionally clean every few months. We pay for it. Three, any repairs under $200 a month, we got to fix ourselves. You basically getting a free partner, a free manager. Hey, no brainer. Our clients are corporate clients. They are not going to do anything stupid to lose their job, or their families who are insurance family, right? Insurance company. So they're not going to do anything to lose their home away from home, right? So literally no brainer. Like you are now in the driver's seat. You are pick and choosing the property and partner. Okay. I'm going to train you on that. We have a whole 7-figure script on that. And mindset is a big thing. 90, how do you get landlord to beg you to sublease their property? Literally, okay? Literally, okay? So you don't need them. They need you guys. Trust me on that. All you need is just a feel good partner. You see how many properties out there? Tell them up front, hey, I only have a couple of spots. I'm looking for a couple good partners. This is what we do. Here's our track record. You in, you out. That's it. All right. There you go. So that's real quick for the arbitrage piece. Now the co-hosting piece, I literally have like a lot of material for that too, but I'm going to just give you a little taste of it because we'll run out of time here, and I have something more important that I want to guide you through. Okay, so winning co-hosting, yeah. Zero money down, passive income, 6-figure. How do you do co-hosting? You gotta understand the profit. Okay, co-hosting or consulting, you're making about 15-20%. Right? Why would the landlord do that? Because the landlord gonna make triple the cash flow because we're getting double the market rent. Remember the regular rent is only 3,000. We getting corporate clients 6,000. The landlord, you getting your 20%, you're making 1,200 a month. Utility minus vacancy 10%, net rent to the owner 3,700. So the extra cash flow to the owner is now $700. So it's $1,000. Most landlord only make about 10% of traditional rent. Okay, so they usually make $300. Now they're making 1,000. For example, right? Give or take. So you're tripling their cash flow, and you do the work for them. You think they're gonna say no? They gotta be really like some not clicking to say no. The reason why is we are adding value by solving landlords' problems. Squatters, there's no eviction, no squatter. It's company pay, right? It's insurance pay. It's not like, oh, I lose my job, I can't pay rent. You can't kick me out. No. Literally, it's like very corporate, like companies. Understand? Maintenance of the property, if the owner manage it, they have to maintain the property. They go there and fix toilets sometimes, right? Drill a hole and all of that crap. You don't want to deal with that. When we manage, because it's professional, you can hire a professional to do it, right? Hire professional plumber, hire professional AC, handyman, all of them. With the owner managed, because of traditional rent, they are making no profit. With us, you're making a big profit, triple profit, because the company has money. Who's your clientele? That's number one. The quality of your question determine the quality of your life. Or a better question to ask yourself is, who's your ideal client? Is your ideal client a mom and pop who can lose their job and never pay rent and had to evict them? Or the vacationer who trashed the place and all of that? Or is your ideal client the corporate clients, the insurance clients? Of course, right? So the pitch to the landlord is, how would you like to double, triple your cash flow, and I do all the work? I mean, it's a no-brainer, you see? Okay. For the last 10 minutes, I'm going to guide you to an exercise that will change your life if you just really focus here. Everybody put your hand on your heart, deep breath, relax, close your eyes. Deep breath, hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Now, imagine you're on your deathbed, or it's in your life, your rocking chair, whatever you want to call it. Okay. You're looking back at your life, and you're still stuck in the same place. You never took any action. You never go out of your comfort zone. Okay. You work the 9 to 5, the trap, corporate slavery, literally till just a year ago. Now you're 80 something. You got nothing to show for it. There's no great stories for your grandkids around you. There's no great impact because you've been trapped all your life and working 40, 50 hours a week. And you have full regrets. Okay. I know it's hard to go there, but people will move without pain. There's no movement. Okay. So you might want to focus on that now versus otherwise it's going to come true if you don't do anything about it, right? How would you feel if at the end of your life, looking back, you didn't accomplish the dreams you accomplished? You didn't make the connections that you wanted to make. You didn't have the loving relationship with your significant other the way that they deserve because you procrastinate, because you make excuses, because you say, oh, it's not that bad, and keep lying to yourself, to everybody else. Oh, someday I'll do it. Someday I'll make the change. Someday, somehow, should have, would have, could have. And then blaming everybody else. Oh, the weather, the president, the economy, my ducks didn't get in a row. I didn't have the right parents. I didn't have the right upbringing, whatever excuses you want to throw at it. You can make all the excuses you want. It's your life. By the end of your life, what do you got to show for it? What will you advise your grandkids now that you're about to pass? Don't do what I did. Okay, there's a much better way. All right. How much longer are you willing to do this for? What will it take for you to actually make the change? Make this year the best year of your life. And be the example for your kids, your grandkids, once for all, your spouse, your loved ones. Now, check it off. Imagine a different future. It's the end of your life. You're looking back on this fateful day in January 2026. Okay. And you found this great, amazing opportunity And even though it's scary, and even though you don't know what you're doing, you trust your gut and you did it anyway. You join the community. You have the mentor. You have the mastermind. You know exactly what to do. And you carry forward. And this year, 2026, looking back, was the best year of your life because you finally changed. You finally committed. You finally make the whatever tax mentality, and you make multiple six-figure income, whatever that number is for, you put in there. And you be free the rest of your life. Imagine living a life of freedom starting this year. You guys travel around the world, whatever you just want to do with your spouse or your loved ones. And more importantly, what kind of example you let your kids. And now they got freedom. And you show them through this mastermind, through the connections that we have, through the community, a much better life, a much better way of doing things, a much better mindset. And they get a few deals done, and they make six-figure income themselves. And they change their life. And they have kids. And now their kids do the same thing. And now they have real estate. Now you have trust funds. Now you have family's legacy. I spit out literally $500,000 a year, passive income. Everybody makes six-figure passive income. They don't have to worry about a thing. They never have to work for anybody they don't want to. And they can focus on impact, can focus on service, can focus on their passion, their purpose. And they all come to you. You have so many kids and grandkids come to you and say, thank you, grandpa, grandma, for everything you've done. Now we're doing this new foundation for so-and-so. Now we're giving to the kids in Africa, building Habitat for Humanity, whatever it is you want to do. Fill in the blank. Now it's a ripple effect. Now, because of your example of you stepping out on fear, on faith, overcome your fear on that special day, January 20th, 2026, that you have changed our lives forever and ever for generations to come. And grandpa or grandma, I love you, I appreciate you. God bless you. Rest in peace. Who will show up to your funeral? What will they say about you? Right? Where you want to go? What experiences you want to see? If anything's possible. You can be a kid again and dream again, and anything is possible. Don't worry about the how. Just don't worry about nothing. Just truly feel free to be whatever you want to be, to do whatever you want to do. Have so much fun. Such a blast. What does that look like for you? Okay. Wherever you go. Could be the French Riviera. Right? Venezuela. I don't know. Wherever. Asia. Africa. What kind of foundation? Who will you help? What kind of legacy you want to leave? Embrace that. Once and for all, know that you can do it. I say I am premium. I am a VIP. I'm a child of the Most High God. Anything that belongs to the Father, Heavenly Father, belongs to me. So are you just gonna go to the ocean of our Father and just take a spoon out and just take a sip? That's it? Or you want to back up the truck and just literally take over the whole ocean. It's up to you. You are worth it, my friend. Did you know that there's only one of you has ever walked this earth, has ever will walk this earth out of the billions and billions of people out there. There's only one of you, Maxine, Joyce, Raiden, Sabrina, John. There's only one of you. And what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about this gift, these talents that God given us to us? You are special, of course. Isn't it time for you to own it? Say enough is enough. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I'm going to raise my standards. And no more excuses, no more bullshitting ever. I know I meant for 100 times more than this. And I'm not going to put up with this anymore. Okay? Coming from that state, anything is possible. Now we're going to count down and celebrate this new year, new you, like a rebirth. The roof off, okay? So count down with me 10 to 1, and then we're going to celebrate, jump up and down like little kids again, okay? So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Celebrate. Yes, yes, yes. Woo! All right. Good job, guys. I'm proud of you guys. Great job being here. God bless you guys. Take care, okay? Take care and God bless.
God
Beautiful,
bless.
beautiful.
Right.
See you guys soon. For those of you who book a call, I see you on the live class on the call here. For those of you who haven't, what are you waiting for, guys? Last chance. That's it.
Thank you,
Book
Dr.
the call with us.
Chau.
Take care. God bless. We see you very soon. Okay?
Thank you.
Bye-bye.